In this video, I'm going to show you how to bring your dead and beat up lawn back to life. And the best part is, it will not cost you a lot of money and it is quite easy. In fact, to actually prep your dead lawn and to get seeds planted only takes 5 simple steps that I'm about to lay out for you. Not only is it easy, but you get to spend some time outside, catching a tan and a bit of an exercise. If you have kids or a partner, you can use this time to creating a great bonding experience with your partner and or kids. Or if working on your lawn is the only bit of peace and quiet time you get during your busy week, well, I'm going to show you how you can get a little bit more of that time to yourself. How awesome would that be? My name is Rudy Roda and I'm the president of Your Yard Service. Since 2007, we have helped hundreds of homeowners in Spruce Grove, Stony Plain, Parkland County and Edmonton, transforming their dead and beat up lawns into the envy of their neighborhood. So, your lawn is dead, patchy, thin or beat up? Just so you know, before you get your lawn built back up, we have to beat it up even more. Not kidding. The following steps might feel like performing open heart surgery for your lawn, but I'm going to make this as easy as possible and you'll have your grass looking lush and green in no time. Now, before we get started, there are a few ground rules to lay. As we deal with many variables throughout the project, the biggest being Mother Nature, results may vary and additional treatments may be necessary in order for your lawn to successfully grow back lush and green. I'm not liable for bodily harm, property damage, or anything else that could happen from you using power tools or doing this type of work. Not trying to scare you, just saying you are taking action on your own and take responsibility for your own work. I want to tell you the tools you need to bring your lawn back to life. I'll cover them quickly, so don't worry if you don't remember them all. I will explain what each of these items are for after I give you the quick overview. You will need seeds, you'll need fertilizer, and you obviously need a camera because you want to shoot pictures before you do the project. And you also need the aerator and the power rake, which you can get from Home Depot or any other lawn equipment rental place around your corner. And you obviously need a rake, hand shovel and a wheelbarrow. Also, you will need a tape measure to measure up your lawn so you know how much you're actually working on. You also need a lawnmower, a fertilizer spreader and a slicer seeder, which we will cover later on what you need this for. And obviously we need water so the seeds actually germinate. Speaking of water, before I get you all excited about your brand new lawn, let me ask you a quick question because this will have an impact on your efforts. Are you facing water restrictions in your municipality right now? If the answer is no, you're good to go. You can keep on watching this video, no problem. If you're facing a water restriction, then you may want to check your options. Whether we like it or not, water is the most important part to a lush green lawn, next to the seeds required. If you are a lucky guy or gal and you've got built-in irrigation system, it will save you the time-consuming task figuring out the needed watering system. Whatever method you have access to, I'm going to help you learn how to make the most of water. So before we get started, grab a pen and paper because you are going to learn more in this short video than anywhere else. Let's get started. The day before the real action of prepping the ground and planting seeds is where we will start. You may want to give your lawn a good soak if it hasn't rained today, because the aeration work we do tomorrow will be the more effective. Trust me, nothing is more frustrating than trying to pound objects into rock-hard soil. You also want to bring out your trusty camera so you can take some before photos so you have something to compare with the results you get. The first step is to give your lawn a jungle cut. This is a fun term which means to cut a tall lawn as short as possible, and we recommend about down to 2 inches. This is below the commonly advised cutting height for our turf grass in the Edmonton area, but it will make the following procedures easier. I'd highly recommend you bag the clippings this time, as we will make the hand raking easier than at a later point. So let's get on to step 2. Now it's time to pull out the aerator. The machine looks like what you see in this clip on the screen, and it will punch holes into the soil about 3 inches deep. The reason you must do this is because it opens the soil system, allowing your lawn to breathe again. The roots will get more oxygen. Remember the watering we did the day before? Now you see how good of watering job you did yesterday. If you didn't water enough, you'll find out real quick, as the machine will bounce around, beat you up, and you will have a tough time penetrating the soil. This will not give your lawn the optimum treatment. With the right moisture, you'll pull out plugs of dirt up to 3 inches long and with solid texture. There's actually another big benefit from this aeration procedure, and that is you will help the lawn with compaction and drainage, which means it will open up the soil system, allowing for better air, water, and nutrient flow. So let's get on to step number 3. Write this down. What we are going to do next is pull out the dead stuff that's been building up in your lawn using a power rake. Remember, you can get the machine at Home Depot. This will open up the ground to get more dirt exposure and is called dethatching your lawn. Next, you actually need to hand rake all the dead grass you pulled out and dispose in the garbage bags or the bin for organic waste if you have one. Alright, your yard has been prepped. Now it's time for step 4 to plant some seeds. That's what the P is for. The S is missing. A word on what kind of seeds to get. There are a ton of choices, but don't let that overwhelm you. There are really only about 3 types of seed. When you are a novice, you may easily feel overwhelmed or confused by the variety. Don't sweat it. There's only one thing you need to know so you can get the right seed for your property. All you need to know is this: how much direct sun exposure will your lawn get? You will buy your seeds accordingly, reading the label. Most times a sun and shade mix will do. So now that you know which type of seed to get, the real work comes in. This is where I'll teach you how to actually plant your seeds. There are 2 ways you can do the seeding. 1, you can use a machine called a slicer seeder. 2, you can rake in a 1/4 inch of compost or premium garden mix and spread the seeds after. The important thing to remember is that whether you use the machine or you rake it in manually, is the seeds need direct soil contact in order to germinate. Just throwing them onto the lawn will not give you any results other than wasting your time and money. So let's dive into each of these 2 options. The slicer seeder will drop the lawn seeds onto the grass, and it has steel blades that will cut grooves into the soil, working the seeds down into the furrows, all in one pass. This process is also called slit seeding. Slits cut into the ground and seeds planted. Easy! Now, I must warn you that the slicer seeder can get messy. You may have to rake up the mess left behind and dispose of the leftovers. What us pros like to do, and you can too with little effort, is to do a second run with the slicer seeder, making a cross pass to the first run. Again, if you do the second pass, you will have to rake up the thatch that has been pulled out of the lawn. The second option is to apply compost or premium garden mix in case you are not able to rent a slicer seeder or in case you enjoy doing more physical labor. If you choose this option, you will need to figure out how much of the dirt you're gonna need for your lawn. The easy way to do this is to measure length and width for a rectangular lawn. Then you want to contact your local landscape supply center, let them know the lawn square footage and the 1/4 inch thickness. They can help you from here and can even help you figuring out your square footage for odd-shaped lawns. They will also arrange for delivery of this mix to the curb if you don't have the resources. This dirt application process is also called top dressing. There's a couple of benefits to this top dressing approach. First, it brings new and healthy organisms into the soil system. Second, you get the chance to level out some dips and uneven spots in your lawn. The easiest way to do this is to dump small piles of dirt on your lawn using a wheelbarrow or tarp that are mentioned in the required tools section, and then spread it out and rake in the soil vigorously. You're going to get a killer workout as you rake. The end goal is to not cover the grass, but to have the dirt sit in between the grass blades. Next, we spread the seeds with a fertilizer spreader, following the recommended setting suggested on the grass seed bag, and rake them in gently afterwards. You're probably saying, "Hey Rudy, are we done raking now?" Yes, we are. Congrats on your hard work. So this leads to our fifth and final step. The step is totally optional and may sound and look a bit odd, especially for the urban lifestyle, but trust me, it's going to make your work that much more effective. What you want to do is cover the lawn with a very light blanket of straw. I know what you're thinking. What? You mean straw from the farmer fields? That's not commonly seen today, Rudy. At this point, you probably think, this Rudy guy must have lost his marbles. Where the heck am I going to get the straw from? What you want to do is to have good connections to a farmer in your community. Ask him if he can give you a small straw bale because you want to spread it onto the freshly seeded lawn by hand in a very light fashion. And you know what? They are so friendly, they are just happy to help you out, giving you a small straw bale of what they got. Over the next few weeks, the straw will be overgrown by the new lawn and it will be barely noticeable. The straw has two functions. Function one is it provides shade for the seeds so they stay moist for a longer period after watering. The second is it reduces the risk of the seeds running off from watering or heavy rain. In case you can't find straw or if you don't want to deal with it, make sure your top dressing material contains peat moss. Peat moss will hold the moisture as well. Lastly, if you have bare spots on your lawn, you can also staple down some burlap. If you don't know what burlap is, you can call me. This prevents the seeds from running off when watering as well. So there you go. That's all it takes. These 5 simple steps to get started. Remember, step 1 is to jungle cut your lawn. Step 2 is aerate. Step 3 is to dethatch or power rake. Step 4 is plant your seeds. I know, PS, plant seeds. And step 5 is to cover the project with straw. I know it's a lot to take in if you're new to this. So what I'm going to do is wrap this video up here. I'm going to make another video that goes into the next steps, what to do over the next 3 to 4 weeks with water so you can get the best looking lawn from your hard work. Also, if you found this video to be helpful and want someone to bring your lawn back to life for you, please call me now at 780-218-8134 and I'd love to help you out. I'll see you in the next video.